Welcome to Backyard Plinking. My name is Charles. I'll be your host in all things BB and pellet related. Guns, ammo, targets. Got our backstop and everything up. Made our own targets. Now we're going to start looking at some of the things that you can go through and pick up any sporting goods store or retail store or anything like that. Um, the first one that we're going to look at is this fella. This is made by Dasiy. It's in their powerline series. It's a 340. It is a spring air, which means you have to cock it every time you get ready to fire it. Now, there's something I want to point out about this thing. The magazine is out. It is unloaded. When you cock this, it comes back, brings the hammer back. Well, let's say that you cocked it, something happened, you turn the safety on, you lay it down. So I don't want to leave the hammer cocked like that. So you're going to do what naturally you would do. You're going to try to decock the hammer. Well, with the safety on, you can't do anything. You turn on the fire, grab the hammer, squeeze the trigger just a little bit, start to let the hammer down, and it goes off. That hammer is there for nothing but looks, which is cool. I mean, makes it look cool and all that kind of stuff, but you cannot decock this thing, right? It will go off, which is a handy piece of information to have. The other thing I want to point out about this is the grip. Now, if you pick these up in the store, you can get them for $16, $20. It just depends on which retailer you're at or sporting goods store or something like that. And it says ages 10 and up, which I'm great with that. Here's the thing. The backstop on this. Now, any of you that are familiar with firearms know what I'm fixing to do. I'll put my hand on there, you put it, the web of your hand, under the beaver tail, and you grasp. Alright? I can just barely get my finger on the trigger. And if you look at my thumb, I'm really nowhere close to the safety. Now, I have pretty good sized hands. I wear a size 13 ring finger. It's hard to get to the trigger. For a 10-year-old, you know, unless your daddy's name is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you might have a hard time getting around here. Now, granted, you could use both fingers, which is dangerous and unwise. But other than that, it's a little big. This is just some of the information that we're going to try to bring to you before, you go and buy something. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing is great. It's fun to plink with and stuff like that. But if you were going to buy this specifically for a younger person, it might not be exactly the way to go, simply because of the size of the grip. It's going to be hard to do. If it's hard to do, it's not going to be fun. It comes with a magazine. Now, it has a flip open bottom. Pour the BBs in there. It's supposed to hold 300 in the magazine. Down here at the bottom, there's a little lever. You pull that, pull the slide completely out till it pops. Shake it, push the lever back in, and there you go. It's supposed to hold 13. I will tell you now, it's a whole lot easier to do this with the magazine out than hoping that you get 13 shots inside where you can't see what's going on. First thing I had to do when I took it out is obviously put a white dot on the front sight. A little hard to see if not, but still good thrown. Let's try it. Got our prescription safety glasses on. Nondescript soda can. And this thing says about 16 feet is a good range for it. Right now we're actually at 24. Even at about 12 feet, I mean, this thing is shooting just a BB, which is just a solid steel ball. It doesn't really have enough power behind it to puncture like a water bottle or something like that. The soda cans it has no problem with, paper targets. And what I do have over here is some swinging steel. Never shoot at anything that's a stationary hard object. These BBs will come back at you, trust me. The little targets that are over here, and we'll take a closer look at some of those in a later video, actually can swing a little bit, which absorbs the energy. Smaller. Oops. Back stop. Little one. Now, for what this thing is, for the price that you pay for it, it's still great fun. I mean, you know, you could spend hours out here. BBs are cheap. Now that you went through, we showed you how to make your own paper targets and stuff like that. You spend a lot of time out here. It's pleasant, it's nice, peaceful, except for the ringing of cold steel. And we're out. But once again, for 16 to 20 bucks, this thing is great. You will want to paint the front sight. Pull the magazine out every time when you get ready to reload it. It just makes it a whole lot easier to make sure that you run at full capacity. But don't forget, guys, the back of this thing is a pretty good size. So if you're going to get this thing for a younger individual, maybe that's something that you want to consider. All in all, though, it's still a lot of fun. My name is Charles. This has been Backyard Plinking.